Hello, this is Real Ideal, the philosopher of study. Today, let's talk about how to know one thing better. Things to know before you study. When we want to understand something more deeply, we often turn to comparison. Something unclear on its own becomes sharper when placed next to something else. Comparison is a tool for understanding. To know one concept better, we bring in another that is similar. I call this the mental technique of explaining one by bringing in two. Things to know before you study. Comparison begins with the question, what is the same? By finding common ground, we move closer to essence. The common point tells us where a concept belongs. But it doesn't end there. We then ask, what is different? That question leads to contrast. After confirming sameness, we discover uniqueness through difference. Things to know before you study. Commonality and difference. Together, they are the keys to deeper understanding. Let's take an example. Apples and pears are both fruits, but their texture and juiciness differ. They share a category, yet we can still distinguish them. This is the dual axis of definition, membership and characteristics. Sameness is the skeleton, difference is the clothing. A concept becomes complete only when the skeleton wears its clothes. Things to know before you study. That is why I say, comparison reveals the essence of a concept, contrast reveals its identity. If we only compare, identity stays vague. If we only contrast, structure is lost. The two make sense only together. True understanding means seeing both universality and particularity at once. Things to know before you study. Many students treat comparison and contrast as test techniques. But they are more than that. They are tools to train thinking. Seeing sameness and difference together is how we learn to connect and to distinguish the world. Making tables of similarities and differences. That's not just for exams. It is practice in deepening thought itself. Things to know before you study. Now, here is today's final question. Are you comparing for the right purpose? Comparison and contrast are not just techniques. They are the beginning of a desire to know more and to understand more deeply. Things to know before you study. This was Real Ideal.